Hi guys, my name is Jatin and today I'll be making a Middle Eastern Falafel. And a Falafel is a traditional Middle Eastern dish eaten in countries such as Israel, Lebanon, Egypt and devoured by many people. And so today the main purpose is to make a dish in a very short amount of time, and we're going to be very efficient, but we're not going to lose out on the quality, on taste and nutritional value. So thank you for watching. So one of the main things about this dish is that I'm actually going to use baked beans. And if you have any baked beans around the house, then you can definitely use it for this. It's full of protein, very high nutritional content, and I'm sure you'll love it at the end. So I've got 2 cans of baked beans here, as you can see, and we'll be using some garlic herb sauce, sunflower oil, salt and pepper, the classic things you would probably find in your cupboard. And then for the Indian spices, which we'll be using, and Indian ingredients, we've got some ginger garlic paste, chopped onions, some coriander, grated carrots, chickpea flour, and here we've got some grated red cabbage and white cabbage. And then over here we've got some spices. So we've got some chili powder, we've got some coriander powder, and we've got some garam masala, which I know most of you will have in your kitchen. And then over here, this is what we're actually going to make our sandwich with, the classic buns, which you will also have in your kitchen. So let's get started. So I've opened the 2 baked beans cans and I'm going to empty it in a colander with a bowl underneath. So as you can see, this is what I'll be using. And so what we want is we want all the baked bean juices to escape into the bowl. We just want to be left with just the baked beans. However, do not throw the juice away, the tomato juice. We'll use that later on. So as you can see, I've got the baked bean juices in this bowl and I've got the baked beans here. So now I'm just going to wash the baked beans under tap water. So I've got some cold water and I'm just going to remove any excess juices remaining. After washing this, we're going to leave this for around a minute because we want it to be as dry as possible. We're going to put the dried baked beans in a food processor and give it a swirl. So this is the paste I get at the end of it. So now I'm transferring my mix into a bowl. And the reason being is I'm going to add some other ingredients into this. So now I've got everything in a bowl, I'm going to add some of the other ingredients. So here I've got ginger garlic paste, and I'll add that first. There we go. And then the next thing I'm going to add is the onions. And these are sliced onions which I cut earlier. There we go. And the next thing is coriander. There we go. And now I'm going to add the spices, all 3 of them, just whack them in. There we go. So I'm going to give this a really good mix, and then later, after I've mixed this to a very good consistency, I'm going to put the chickpea flour. So having given this a really good mix, I'm going to add some of the chickpea flour. There we go. And then we're going to season this really nicely with some salt and some pepper. To give all of that a really good mix. So this is the final mixture, and before we do anything, we're going to preheat the oven. So we're going to preheat this to 200 degrees. So now I'm going to make some balls. And I've got the cup of water here so that I can dip my hands in there so it will prevent the next ball from sticking. So now we are going to use some oil. So we're going to be very sparing with how we use the oil. And I've got a spray sunflower oil, as you can see over here. So I'm just going to give it a couple of sprays, and that'll be enough. So we're going to leave it in the oven for 40 minutes and see what comes out. In the meantime, while our falafel is cooking, we're going to work on the sauce. And this is the tomato sauce we had left from the baked beans, which we sieved. And we're going to add the red cabbage and white cabbage, which I grated earlier, into this bowl. There we go. And then we're going to add the grated carrot. Following that, we've got the garlic and herb sauce. You could also use mayonnaise. And let's put some in. And then we've got some lemon. And then we're going to give it a nice mix. So I've just removed my falafel from the oven, and as you can see, they're looking very golden, beautiful. And if I just hold one, you can see the firmness, the crispiness, and this just smells absolutely scrumptious. So here are the nice fluffy buns I'm going to use for my falafel sandwich. And what I'm going to do is preheat a pan, and I'm going to give this a little heat as well before we can put the fillings in. So now I've got my toasted bread, and these are all the falafel that came out of the oven, and now we're going to put them together and make the delicious dish I promised at the start. So due to the size of the bread, I'm going to add 2 balls of falafel in each sandwich. So we're going to cut them in half first.
There we go.
And now we're going to put this delicious sauce over the top. Let's just give it a good stir. There we go. We're going to put a generous amount, but make sure that it doesn't spill over. There we go. And we're going to put the other bread on the top. And now, so the burger maintains some integrity, we're going to add a toothpick down the middle. And there we have it. Let's do the other one. Here we have it. This is my Middle Eastern falafel, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It may not look gorgeous over here, but I know as soon as I put it in my mouth it will be gorgeous. So now I'm going to have a try of one, and I'll tell you how it tastes. That is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You can't get better than that. You really need to try this. I can smell all those flavours, all those Middle Eastern flavours. It just smells like I'm in a cafe in Egypt. I've ordered a nice dish alongside a very traditional coffee. That's just made my day. Firstly, I would like to thank my parents for teaching me how to cook, and also Yamni Auntie and also LTS for organising this competition. And also thank you to Bharati for nominating me.